Hey guys, so what's up? It's the girl with Fabi for those of you who don't know, and if you didn't know, now you know what's up and what's goody. Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, hello. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I installed this full lace wig. This is 22 inches of curliness from Beauty Mart Bundles. I will post all that info in the description box down below. I'm going to walk you through the steps of what I do for a full lace install. It's very, very, very similar, if not the exact same thing, to a lace frontal install. It's just that it has combs and you can tie it up if you like, if you do glue down the back. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure you give it a big thumbs up and you comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's get into the video. Alrighty guys, so the first thing that I do to get started with my unit is I make sure that I pluck and bleach the knots so I can have a super natural hairline. I do have a more in-depth video on this already on my channel that I will link down below, so you can check that out if you need help with plucking and bleaching the knots. Alrighty, so now with my wig cap on, looking like a little boy, I am going to take my Got To Be Glue Freeze Dry Blasting, whatever it's called, spray in the yellow bottle and spray all around my hairline with my wig cap on. This is to mold the wig cap to my head so that I am able to create a scalp illusion. So after I spray my hairline, I let it dry for about 5 minutes. And I use a blow dryer on the cool setting to speed up the process. What I'm doing now is cutting a hole through each of my ears so that I can put the wig cap over so that I'm able to adhere the sides down. And you want to use a little bit more of the freeze spray to just really tack it down, because the sides do tend to lift up the quickest. So now that it's dried, I'm going to take a pair of scissors and cut away any of the excess. You will be left with like little pieces hanging that you can see didn't catch the freeze drying spray. I'm going to show you how to mold these down in the next step. So now, using a clear gel of your choice, I use the Garnier Fructis Hard Cement Gel. I'm going back over any pieces that weren't able to catch with the hairspray so that I can mold them down to create a seamless look as much as possible. Do the same thing and let that dry, and then you want to go back in with your scissors, and any little pieces that didn't catch with the gel, you just want to cut it off completely. So now I use rubbing alcohol just to get off the gel, any gel that has gotten onto my skin. It will make the edge of your forehead look a little bit dry, as you can see, but do not worry about that. So now I take a liquid foundation closest to my skin, and I'm just going to put that all over the front of my head to create the scalp illusion that I was talking about. You guys want to make sure you don't go too ham on the foundation, because it can come out looking very orangey or brownish and just totally clash and not do what it's supposed to do. So you always want to start with a little bit and then build up as you go along. Alright, so now with the baby wipe, you're going to go over the front of your hairline and just wipe off any makeup that may have gotten onto your skin. You don't want to put the wig on while there's a lot of makeup on your skin because it will clog your pores and give you pimples and all that not good stuff. So as you can see here, this is my 22-inch full lace curly unit. It's looking very exotic and lovely, and I'm about to show you guys how I install it. So with this wig, I cut it prior to installation, whereas in my other video, I glued it down and then cut it. I like this method. It honestly just depends on what I'm doing. But what I'm going to do now is use my Ghost Bond glue. And I'm just going to start putting glue around the front of my hairline. You do not want to put any glue on your hairline. You also want to make sure it measures up properly, which is what you can see me doing. And you want to do one side at a time. When you do your whole head, some places might dry faster than others. So you literally just do it in sections. I usually do it in sections of 4, 2 on each side. I let it dry until it's clear, and then I mold it down with the rat tail comb so that it stays super flat. So when you do it this way, you're bound to have little pieces that you obviously couldn't measure exactly. So all I do, if I have any little flaps sticking, I go around with the glue and I just put a thin layer and repeat the process of melting it down with my rat tail comb, just making sure that it's clear. Now you can see I'm moving on to the next side while I wait for that side to dry. And I'm repeating the same process, just putting one layer of glue, waiting till it turns clear, then molding it down with my rat tail comb. So once I'm done that, I use a blow dryer on a high heat setting and I just go around my whole hairline just to reinforce the glue. It'll get hot and then it'll get cool and then it leaves it to stick really well. So now it's time for the baby hairs. What you want to do for the baby hairs is just section off a little piece on both sides of your head that you are basically allotting for the baby hairs. You always want to start small and then add more if you want, because you can always cut more hair. If you cut too much, you can't get it back. So I just kind of eyeball it to see how much I like. I don't like super crazy baby hairs. So once I've parted how much I want, I use a small razor. I got this razor from the beauty supply store, and I just basically slice away at the hair like so. So to lay my edges, I use the Garnier Fructis Hard Cement Styling Gel, the same gel I use to mold down my wig cap. And I just use an edge brush and I go throughout the whole front of the frontal and I just slick everything back, trying to make it look as natural as possible. As you can see here, you have to really play around with it to get the look that you want. You may even have to go back and cut some more baby hairs if you think it's a little too crazy. I end up having to go back and cut, I think, on the other side because it was just looking a little too long for my liking. But you just play around to get it to look the way that you want it. Then you put on your silk scarf and let your edges lay.